I mean, I'm not going to read these out either, but read this stuff on your screen here. And this is 10 minutes of this stuff that is being played. Somebody please. Oh man, this is horrible. It's never that serious. I promise you. Donald Trump has obviously won the 2024 presidential election, but things are not completely safe yet. I said as soon as Donald Trump won, his one and only job from here on out is to stay alive. And I know that sounds dark. That sounds very black-pilled. It sounds like I'm trying to fearmonger, but it's not. It's the truth. They tried everything that they possibly could to make sure that Donald Trump didn't get elected. They tried to put him in jail. He had 34 felony counts. They were misdemeanors that they somehow turned into felonies. They tried to throw the man in jail multiple times. That didn't work. They tried to actually take the guy out, which I have been predicting for the longest time. So has many other people for the longest time. You know, first they try to cancel you online, then they try to throw you in physical jail. And if that doesn't work, they try to just take you out. And they did that multiple times. They came very close twice. Who knows how many other assassination attempts were actually thwarted that we don't even know about? Who knows? And they still have time. Yes, he's the president-elect right now, but he's not inaugurated yet. Him and his family need to be watched very closely and guarded very closely because, as I'm going to show you here in a second, they are going to come after him. Let's get into this. Pretty scary stuff, man. We have a few different things to go over. This first one is from Concerned Citizen. It says, wow, 10 minutes of online threats towards Trump. They will never recover. I'm not going to play all 10 minutes, obviously, but I just want to show you to kind of set the tone for what I'm talking about. They are coming after Trump. I'm going to mute the music because I don't know if it's copywritten or not. I mean, I'm not going to read these out either, but read this stuff on your screen here. And this is 10 minutes of this stuff that is being played. Somebody please. Oh man, this is horrible. It's never that serious. I promise you. Absolutely insane. These people are just losing their minds. Dangerous Thought says threats against the president-elect should all be investigated. 100% they should, especially a man who has already survived multiple assassination attempts. We don't even know how many, but at least 2 of them. Yeah, I would love for the FBI, CIA, Secret Service to look into this stuff. Because like I said, things can get very scary for Donald Trump very quickly. And I'm actually very scared I'm more scared for him now than I ever have been before. Every single time I see him step on a stage to give a speech, I'm scared for him. And it sucks that that's the way it is. But for some reason, the media has brainwashed people so strongly that they are willing to do stuff like that. They are willing to take him out. They're willing to throw their entire life away for someone who has never met them, who doesn't know who they are, for someone who they believe flat out lies about. These lies, these brainwashing just make people this emotional to where they're willing to do that. It's absolutely crazy, man. We also have this article here. So many ads on this website. Holy crap. We have this article here. I can't even find the headline to show you. There we go. Massachusetts will absolutely not comply with Trump in order to assist in deporting illegal immigrants. So this is a pretty crazy clip. We already have the legislative, the governors and everybody coming out. Obviously, you don't expect people like AOC to comply with Donald Trump, but it's crazy that they're coming out already the day after the man won president, and they're already like, yeah, we're not complying with him. That's just wild, man. That is just not normal behavior of someone who is mature enough to get elected for an official office holding position in the United States. You should be a little bit more mature, professional than that. But it's not the case. Let's check out this clip here.
If the Trump administration requests it, would the Massachusetts State Police assist in mass deportations?
No, absolutely not. But, let me say this. I do think it's important that we all recognize that there's going to be a lot of pressure on states and state officials. And I can assure you, we're going to work really hard to deliver. Some realities also need to be, noted, and that is in 2016, we had a very different situation.
If you enjoy content like this, then make sure you leave a like and subscribe to the channel. It really does help me out a ton. Let's get back to the video.
In the courts. And while I'm sure there may be litigation ahead, there's a lot of other ways that people are going to act and need to act for the sake of their states and their residents. There's regulatory authority and executive powers and the like. There's legislation also within our states. So I think that the key here is that, every tool in the toolbox has got to be used to protect our citizens, to protect our residents, and protect our states, and certainly to hold the line on democracy and the rule of law as a basic principle, right?
I mean, I that was a bunch of word salad, but just the fact that she said no, absolutely not, to the question of would you assist in mass deportations, I just don't understand why not. If these people are here illegally, I just don't understand these people's outrage in following the law that their constitution. It just blows my mind. Like, why is illegal immigration where they draw the line? Obviously, I know why. It's because they're trying to get a bunch of people in here so that they can vote Democrat. Of course, that's why they're doing it. But when you actually try to give them the benefit of the doubt, and maybe they have a moral stance as to why they want illegal immigration to be okay and for these people to not get deported for coming here illegally, for breaking our law, why do they draw the line at illegal immigration? Why don't they show this much empathy for murderers? People who steal, groceries from grocery stores. Where do you draw the line? Why is it illegal immigration that is this evil thing? Obviously, I know the actual answer. It's so that they can get more voters in here for Democrats. But even if you try to just argue with them logically, play their game, it still doesn't even check out. It's crazy that even the people who hold office in this country are this brainwashed to the point where they think Donald Trump is such an evil person that they're not even going to cooperate with him to uphold the law of the country. And he hasn't even taken office yet. People are saying this months before he's even inaugurated. I really hope that this presidency can work out for him, but he's going to have so many obstacles. I understand he's experienced now. He's been through a ton. He has a ton of experience, but it's still going to be so many obstacles for him to get over. I just hope 4 years is enough, man. I hope he can actually make a real difference in the country. I think he can, but I just hope 4 years is enough to do it. We also have this absolutely insane story here. It's never ending, man. I could go on for hours and hours about the insane stories, the insane meltdowns, the insane moments that we're seeing on social media. University of Oregon staffer tells Trump voters to toaster bath themselves after his election victory. University of Oregon staffer. And you wonder why they come out and say, oh, all of these people who are voting for Donald Trump, they're from uneducated states, uneducated areas. It's uneducated white women that voted for Trump, while the educated black women are all voting for Kamala Harris. You wonder why that might be. Do you think it's because people who go to college and get educated are super smart? Because I'll be honest with you guys, I run an online business and it makes a decent amount of money. I hate saying that. I sound so cringy saying that, but just to kind of give you some pedigree. And I also pay a lot of money to be in circles with a lot of other high earners. Every single high earner that I know did not graduate college. Every single one. There might be here and there are some exceptions, but most people who get extremely rich, are making 50K, 100K plus a month, they didn't go to college. So intelligence is not tied to education, number one. But if you actually go to the root of the issue and why it's uneducated voters that are voting for Trump and more educated voters voting for Kamala, it's because these education camps, these colleges, are actual propaganda camps. When you go to college, you get fed all of this propaganda when you're young and impressionable. You're trying to figure out what your political viewpoints are. I mean, dude, back when I was college age, I wasn't anti-Trump because I wanted Trump to win 2016 and I was still in high school then. But like, I wasn't aware of the cult of wokeness as much as I am now. I'll say it that way. Like when it comes to Hollywood, I thought people were ridiculous for saying that, oh, all these black people and these women are replacing white men in Hollywood. I thought they were ridiculous. I was like, dude, just sit back, relax, and enjoy the stuff. Nowadays, I don't even watch movies and TV anymore because of how bad it's gotten. But my point being, when you're that young, when you're 18 to 20, and you go to school and these people are just feeding you all this propaganda, they're molding these people's brains to vote a certain way. They're making the other side seem absolutely evil. It's no wonder why college educated people are voting for Kamala Harris. It's nothing to do with their education, nothing to do with their intelligence level. It's all to do with the propaganda that is being done within these schools, within these universities. A University of Oregon staffer with a dark past has posted a video telling Donald Trump voters to toaster bath themselves following his electoral win this week. Leonard Serrato, who works as assistant director of fraternity and sorority life at the school, posted the inflammatory video on Instagram, which he has since made private. I'm done crying. My sadness is over. My anger has set in. He described himself as a proudly petty person. He continued, I'm saying this in the most disrespectful way possible. I don't care if you are my family. I don't care if you're my friend. I don't care if we've been friends our entire lives. You can literally go F yourself if you voted for Donald Trump. If you are so sad about groceries being expensive, get a effing better paying job, do better in life, get a effing education, do something because you're effing stupid, and I hope you go jump off a effing bridge. That's just, I mean, unhinged that this man still has a job. It's always the septum piercings, by the way. How do they always have a septum piercing? It's actually crazy how many of them have septum piercings. But as far as like the groceries being more expensive, gas prices being high, and that's why you're voting for Trump. I mean, like I said earlier, dude, I'm in circles. I pay a lot of money to be in circles, a lot of high earners. They all want groceries to be lower. They all want gas prices to be lower. And honestly, one of the things that Donald Trump said that was absolutely genius was mentioning abolishing income tax. I can't tell you, I would vote for Trump for the rest of my life. I would vote for him to, install an actual dictatorship. I'm not even joking. If you abolish income tax, you have my loyalty for life. And that's what a lot of these people feel like as well. Because I mean, if you look at how we're spending our tax dollars, taxation is theft at this point. We don't even get to decide. We just get the money coming in, the money going out. It gets taken from our pockets, and we don't even get to decide where it's going most of the time. They decide for us. So it's theft. It's straight up theft. So you abolish income tax, you got my loyalty for life. And I think that was a really smart move for Donald Trump to say that. Don't think he's going to make it happen. It'd be so hard to make that happen, even with the House, even with the Senate, with everything. It'd be so hard to make income tax get abolished, especially in just 4 years. I really hope he could do it. I just don't think it's going to actually happen. Let me know in the comments. What do you guys think about all these threats going against Donald Trump? Like I said, the job's not finished. He won the election, but things are just going to get more and more scary for him and his family. I hope they're good. I hope everything works out. I'm just being realistic about it and saying we need to make sure that the guy is protected and there's, a good amount of security around him and his family at all times, because they're going to come after him now more than ever. And you can see that in the videos and tweets that I showed in this video. Let me know in the comments what you think about this whole Donald Trump winning the 2024 election situation.